Aquarius, this isn't just another message, this is a wake-up call, directly from your future self. Not from a psychic, not from a horoscope app, but from the version of you that already knows how powerful you really are. And they have one question for you. Will you answer before June 15th? Because after that date, a rare energetic window slams shut, and what you do right now will shape the entire second half of 2025. No exaggeration, we're talking destiny moments here. You may have already felt it, that tension in your chest, that pull in your gut, that whisper in your mind saying, you're meant for more. That's not random. That's alignment trying to break through. And the universe isn't being subtle anymore. You're being asked to step into a new chapter. But not with the old mindset, not with the same habits, people, or fears that kept you small. This isn't a test. It's an invitation to evolve, elevate, and expand into the highest version of who you came here to be. And the truth is, your future self is already waiting. They've done the work, they've healed the wounds, they've built the life you've only dreamed of, and now they're reaching out through this moment asking, will you choose you this time? This isn't just about goals, it's about soul. It's not about doing more, it's about becoming more bold, more clear, more magnetic, more you. So Aquarius, ask yourself, deep in your heart, are you going to keep shrinking to fit into a life that no longer matches your vibration? Or are you ready to answer the call and step into the timeline your soul has been craving? The next few minutes will reveal what's really happening behind the scenes and why June 15th is your spiritual deadline. You're not here by accident. You were guided to this message for a reason. If you're already feeling the chills, comment below right now. I'm answering the call, because once you decide to listen, nothing will be the same again. And that's a beautiful thing. Aquarius, let's get real. You are ruled by Uranus, the rebel planet of revolution, innovation, and soul awakening. You weren't born to fit in, you were born to shift the world. And right now, between June 11th and June 15th, Uranus is forming rare electric alignments with Pluto and Mercury. This isn't just astrology, this is a soul signal. You are standing inside a cosmic upgrade portal, a window of time when change becomes not just possible, but inevitable. These planetary energies are asking, are you ready to break free from the version of life that's kept you boxed in? Are you ready to release the roles, labels, patterns, and people that no longer reflect your truth? Because here's the truth most won't tell you. You can't become your future self if you're still committed to your past self. Let that sink in. You're being asked to stop pretending you're okay with almost fulfilled, almost aligned, almost seen. That's not good enough anymore, and deep down, you know it. This energy is about liberation with purpose, not rebellion for rebellion's sake, but a deep, soul-guided recalibration of your entire life path, your work, your relationships, your inner voice. And guess what? This isn't about hustling harder, this is about surrendering deeper. Letting go of timelines, expectations, old wounds, and false identities. Because when Uranus activates you, it doesn't ask for change, it demands it. This is not a time to hold back. This is a time to leap forward, even if your legs are shaking. Especially if your legs are shaking. You're not losing control, you're losing illusion. The illusion that you have to play small to stay safe. The illusion that your dreams are too much. The illusion that your worth is tied to productivity, perfection, or people-pleasing. That's done. This is a reset on a soul level. The next chapter of your life, it requires a different frequency. And guess what? You're ready, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. This is about alignment over approval, truth over comfort, destiny over delay. So, Aquarius, are you going to keep recycling the same lessons, or finally graduate into the version of yourself you were born to be? Because the energy is here, the door is open, and the universe is watching. Let's walk through it together. Aquarius, have you felt it? Something deep in your spirit, shifting. Something you can't quite explain, but you know it's real. You're not imagining things. What you're feeling is communication, and it's not coming from the outside world. It's coming from your future self, the version of you that already made the leap, the version that broke the cycle, the version that built the life you keep dreaming about. And here's how you know they're trying to reach you. Sudden dreams or visions of a new life. Out of nowhere, you're daydreaming. You can see it. A different city, a different job, new friends, more freedom. Not in a fantasy way, in a soul knows this is real way. That's your future self, sending a preview, a glimpse, a reminder. Hey, this life is waiting, if you choose it. 2. Feeling done with your current path. You wake up and think, I can't do this version of life anymore. It's not that anything is wrong on the outside, it's that something is missing on the inside. That's not burnout, that's outgrowing. That's your inner self rejecting what no longer fits. It's not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. 3. Random ideas in quiet moments. You're brushing your teeth, walking the dog, driving in silence, and boom, an idea drops in. Clear, powerful, aligned. It's not forced. It finds you. Those downloads, they're messages from the you that already figured it out. These are spiritual nudges saying, let's move, now. 4. Deep resistance to old patterns and people things that used to feel normal now feel off. You can't fake small talk. You don't want to entertain toxic cycles. You feel drained just being in old energy. This is your body and spirit detaching from anything that doesn't align with your next level. You're not being cold, you're being called, a persistent inner nudge, whispering, it's time. This one's quiet, but relentless. It's the tug in your heart that says, you've waited long enough, you've healed enough, you've learned enough. Now it's time to step up, speak up, show up. You can ignore it, sure. But the nudge doesn't go away because your future self refuses to give up on you. Aquarius, if you're nodding your head, if any of these signs hit you in the chest, then your future self is already speaking. The question is, will you finally listen? Because the guidance is here, the timing is now, and the next version of you is closer than you think, Aquarius. If your future self could sit across from you right now, look you straight in the eyes, here's what they would say. Stop settling for half versions of your dreams. You didn't come this far just to make it work. You came here to thrive. You've been shrinking to stay safe. You've been playing it cool, playing it small, and calling it patience. But your future self sees through that. They know what you're capable of. And they're done watching you dim your light to make others comfortable. They would tell you, say no to what drains you, even if it's familiar. That job, that relationship, that friendship, that routine, if it costs you your peace, your joy, your spark, it's too expensive. Let it go. Your loyalty to the old is delaying your leap into the new. And they'd say something that might scare you. Say yes to what scares you, even if it's unknown. The move, the launch, the conversation, the change you've been putting off for someday. It's not fear that's holding you back. It's the belief that you're not ready. But guess what? You're not behind, you're awakening. You're not late, you're not broken, you're not lost. You're exactly where you need to be to make your next bold move. You've outgrown the version of life you've been tolerating, not because something's wrong with you, but because you've evolved. This discomfort you feel, this restlessness, this urge to shake things up, it's not chaos, it's confirmation. You're being pushed not because you're failing, but because your soul is done playing small. This isn't punishment, this is your breakthrough. Aquarius, your future self has already walked the path. They've already faced the hard decisions. They've already survived the letting go, the unknown, the risks, and the rise. and they're standing at the finish line shouting back at you, "Keep going, it's worth it. Trust the leap. You won't fall, you'll fly." You don't need more signs. You are the sign. The moment you stop waiting for someone else to tell you you're ready is the moment everything changes. The life you want, it's not waiting for the perfect time. It's waiting for the real you to show up. So let this be the day you finally say, "I choose me. I choose freedom. I choose the future." Let's be real, Aquarius. This portal, this energetic window, isn't going to stay open forever. And while we've been focusing on what's possible if you say yes to your future self, we also need to talk about what happens if you don't. Because ignoring this moment has a cost, and you've paid that cost before. If you ignore this shift, you may find yourself stuck in the same patterns, just dressed in new situations, different people, different jobs, same emotional loop. And the most painful part? It won't feel like a big crash. It'll feel like a slow fade. The passion fades, the clarity fades, the confidence fades. You start second-guessing yourself more. You start silencing your voice just to keep the peace. You get more restless, more frustrated, more disconnected. And by July, you may not even recognize yourself. Why? Because your soul knows you were meant to move. And when the soul is ready to grow, but the ego says, "Stay," it creates resistance. It creates anxiety, apathy, confusion, all signs that you're out of alignment. You may notice doors start closing. Things that once worked suddenly stop. People drift away. Opportunities dissolve. And it's not because you did something wrong, it's because you stayed somewhere your spirit no longer belongs. But here's the thing. You don't have to go down that path. You have a choice. Right now, today. And if you take the leap, even a small one, here's what's on the other side. Clarity. The fog lifts. You remember who you are and what you want. Confidence. You stop asking for permission. You move with power. Alignment. Life starts flowing. The right people and opportunities find you. Abundance. Not just money, but time, freedom, love, energy. The good kind of rich. You start to feel like you again, not the version of you who's performing for approval, not the version who's settling for fine, but the real you, bold, wild, free, and fully expressed. That's the version your future self wants to see rise. That's the timeline this portal is offering. So ask yourself honestly, are you willing to stay in a reality that drains your light just because it's familiar? Or will you finally step into the one that was always meant for you? The door is open, Aquarius, but it won't stay open forever. Will you walk through it or stay in the hallway? Aquarius, now that you feel the energy, now that you've seen the signs, let's talk about what to do with it. Because answering your future self doesn't require a perfect plan. It doesn't require you to have it all figured out. It just requires movement, one aligned step at a time. So here are 3 powerful steps to shift from stuck to unstoppable. Step 1, clear the noise. You can't hear your truth if your mind is filled with everyone else's opinions, social media, family pressure, fear, doubt, guilt, distraction. All of it clouds the frequency of your higher self. This week, cut the noise, journal, let your soul speak freely without judgment. Meditate, even 10 minutes of stillness can spark clarity. Spend time in nature. Let Earth remind you who you are without the roles. You're not confused, you're just overstimulated. Clarity isn't something you find, it's what rises when you get quiet. Step 2, create your vision. Your future self is real. They already exist on a vibrational level. Now it's time to see them clearly and commit to becoming them. Ask yourself, what does my future self look like? How do they dress? How do they carry themselves? What thoughts do they believe? What does a normal day feel like for them? Write it all down, in detail. This isn't fantasy, it's a blueprint. Your subconscious mind needs a direction. This is how you give it one. Don't wait for life to shape you. Shape life with your vision. Step 3. Make one bold move. Here's where most people get stuck. They wait. They wait for the right time, the perfect sign, the full plan. But Aquarius, action is the activation. Your life will not change by thinking about it. It will change the moment you move. So today, not next week, not someday, do one bold thing your future self would thank you for. Say yes to something aligned, a decision, an opportunity, a conversation. Or say no to something that drains you, a habit, a relationship, a fear. Even the smallest shift in action sends a powerful message to the universe. I'm ready now. When you act, you create momentum. And once momentum builds, life meets you halfway. Aquarius. This is how timelines shift. Not through force, not through luck, but through aligned action from an awakened soul. You already know what needs to change. The real question is, will you do it? Because your future self isn't waiting forever. And trust me, they're so proud of who you're about to become. Aquarius. If you choose to answer this call, really answer it, your entire life can shift. Not someday, not if the timing's right, but this summer, right here, right now. Because when you stop resisting who you are becoming, you stop struggling. And when you stop struggling, you start rising. If you lean into this portal, if you trust this pull forward, your summer won't just feel like a new chapter. It will feel like a rebirth. You'll start to feel lighter, not because life is perfect, but because you're no longer dragging dead energy with you. You'll speak up without second-guessing yourself. You'll walk into rooms and your presence will shift the energy, not because you tried, but because you finally stopped hiding. Your voice will grow louder, not in volume, but in truth. People will listen to you not because you shout, but because you've stopped shrinking. You'll stop performing and start embodying. You'll wake up excited, not every day, but most days, because your days will actually belong to you now, designed by you, driven by your values, powered by your vision. And the magic? Your energy will begin to attract what's meant for you. The right people, friends who get you, mentors who see you, partners who match your frequency. The right opportunities, jobs, income, collaborations that flow to you instead of being chased. The right kind of peace, the kind that doesn't come from control, but from alignment. That version of you, that timeline, it's not just possible, it's waiting. Right on the other side of a decision. And when you say yes to it, when you stop living in the echo of old versions of yourself, you'll finally hear the quiet voice of your future self whisper, "Thank you. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for trusting our journey. Thank you for not giving up before the magic began." You didn't miss the moment. You are the moment. And every decision you make now shapes the future you step into. So, imagine this, a summer where you don't just survive, you thrive, you lead, you heal, you arrive, your timeline is real, the door is open, the light is green. Aquarius, your future self isn't a fantasy, they're calling you home, and your soul already knows the way. Aquarius. Take a breath, because the version of you you've been longing to become, the one who feels free, confident, aligned, abundant, they're not far away. They're right here, just on the other side of a choice. And that choice, it lives in this moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. But hear me clearly, this portal doesn't stay open forever. There is a window, and it closes on June 15th. After that, the energy shifts, and you'll either rise into a new chapter or repeat the old one. That's the crossroads you're standing at, and your future self is watching, hoping, cheering, waiting for you to choose the timeline that's aligned with your soul. So ask yourself one last time, are you ready to leave behind what no longer reflects your light? Are you ready to stop settling and start becoming? If this message stirred something inside you, comment right now. I'm answering the call from my future self. That comment isn't just for the algorithm, it's for you. It's your soul making a commitment. It's your moment of alignment. Like this video, if it lit a fire inside you, subscribe for weekly guidance designed for your evolution. Share this with another Aquarius who needs to hear this before June 15th. Because this message isn't about hype, it's about homecoming. Aquarius, you've always felt like the outlier, the visionary, the misfit, the one who sees beyond the surface. Now, it's time to live that truth, to trust it, to own it, to let it lead. The dream isn't in the future anymore. The shift is already happening in you. You're not just dreaming anymore. You're becoming. And I promise you, what's coming next is worth everything you're about to let go of. We'll see you on the other side of June 15th. Until then, trust your knowing, honor your path, choose your future. Liquid water.